So what we're going to do now is set up our own server. So what I want you to do is go to the hamburger menu at the top. We're going to go to Compute. We're going to go to Instances. And we're going to create ourselves a new instance. Now, it gives us a randomly generated name, which is fine. We can choose the OS that we want. So the Oracle has their own version of Linux. If we hit Change, we have a bunch of options we can choose from, such as partner images, or maybe you have your custom images. But we're just going to stick with the Oracle version. Then in order for us to launch this, we're going to actually need to upload an SSH key. But before we do that, let's just look at some of the options here. So we can change the availability domain. We can choose the size of instance. They call them shapes. So if we open up change shape, we have different sizes. We can even choose the provider for the for that. You can choose bare metal if you want, or go virtual. And we might not be seeing all the options because we are in the trial account. So if we upgraded, we probably would see a lot more options. But what we'll do, we'll just hide that there. And what we need is we need a private and public key. And this is a little bit hard because Oracle doesn't give you a button just to generate them here. So what you have to do is you have to create your own key pair. And they do have this nice page on how to do it, whether you're on Windows or if you're on Linux or a Mac. So right now I'm on a Windows machine, so I would have to use PuTTY. So you'd have to go ahead and install PuTTY. And once you've installed it, you'd search for PuTTYGen. And again, all these instructions are here. So if you are a bit lost, look for creating a key pair under the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure documentation, and it's under the Getting Started section, okay? But here I have PuTTY, and what it wants us to create an SSH to RSA. So it says find it, okay, specify a type of key. So in the key menu, confirm the default is RSA SSH key. And this is a bit confusing because I'm looking at PuTTY right here right now. Oh, I had an old one open and I'm not seeing that. So, oh, I guess you drop it down from there. So it says SSH-2 RSA key. Type for the type of key generate, accept the default key value as RSA. So that's what it's set as. Set the number of bits generated to 2048. So it's already set to 24048. And then click generate. Then when you need to move your mouse a bit, that actually helps it generate random data. And then it's going to say, so it says move your mouse around. When the key is generated, appears under the public key for pasting OSSH. So it's just talking about that. Leave the key passphrase blank. We're going to do that. Save the private key and click yes. And then the key pair saved in PuTTY, which will be proprietary. You can name the key anything you want. It's PPK. Select all the generated keys and appears under the public key for pasting OSSH. Do not save the public key because it does not save the key in the open SSH format. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we will save our private key. And we'll say yes because it's okay if we leave it blank. We'll go to desktop. I'm just going to name this as Oracle Exam Pro. And it's going to name it as a .ppk. We'll hit save. And so now we just need to grab the public key, which is apparently this here. So we'll go ahead and copy that out. It's a bit easier on a Mac because you just run the a single command, which is, I'm sure it shows it in here for Linux and Mac. And so we'll go back over here. Yeah, see, that's what it is for Mac. You just run that line. And we'll go back over here. And we can choose or paste. I think we just paste it in here. We'll go ahead and hit create. And hopefully that will work. And there we go. So it's creating our instance and it's starting up. So now we just have to wait for it to provision. I'm not sure how long it takes. It shouldn't take too long. But we'll just wait a little bit here. So after waiting about 5 minutes, our server is now running. It's gone green. And so I just wanted to show you a few things here. So over here we have VNIC. So that's the virtual network interface card that is attached to this. You can see that if we want to get instance access, you're connected a running instance using a shell. We could connect. So that's why we made our private and public key there. We can see our shape configuration that we chose. If we scroll down here and we go to boot volume, you can see that it created us a boot volume and it's attached. It looks like there's a console connection. So this might be a convenient way to connect to the instance here. You can set up work requests. So we can see that it created an instance, so it shows us some history there. But yeah, that's the instance there. So yeah, there we go. So now that we're done with this instance, let's go ahead and just terminate it. So we'll go to Actions and we'll hit Terminate. And we'll permanently delete the boot volume because we're done with that. All right, and so there you go. Now, if you wanted to make a database, it's not going to be that much different. You could do autonomous. I think we get 2 for free. So we just go ahead here. I'm not going to go through the whole process. I just want to quickly show you that the way you'd set up a database is you choose the database or the transaction processing or the shared infrastructure. You'd fill in your username, password, and etc. You could bring your own license and create your database that way. So I just wanted to quickly show you that, but we'll make our way back to the compute instance. And we can see that it's terminating. It's going to take a little bit of time, but if we see that, we know that it's terminating. We don't have to worry about it. So I think we're all good for that. So I just click back to home here, and this section is done.